welcome to Working On It. I'm Dr. A, and I'm a clinical psychologist aiming to make your life just a bit more manageable. Remember, the tools and the tidbits that you pick up on this channel are purely educational. They can't replace therapy, but with practice, they can help you along in your daily life. So let's get started. Today, we will be working on our first cognitive distortion, our first error that our mind makes. Now, I want you to, if you haven't already, stop this video and go look at How Thoughts Affect Reality, that video, and How Our Mind Tricks Us, that video. That's important in order to go into this video where we will be talking about our very first error. We will be talking today, just like we did before, about our mind tricking us. And today we will be talking about a specific kind of trick that it plays on us. Now, just a quick review, we were saying that our thoughts are king. They affect our emotions, they affect the way we behave, and sometimes that's okay, and sometimes that's even great. But sometimes our mind tricks us, lies to us, makes us feel insecure, tells us stories that hold us back in our lives. And those are the stories that we want to get really, really good at picking out and chucking. Picking out and understanding, this is not the truth. This is just that thing that my mind does. Okay? So, our very first one we're gonna learn is fortune telling. You may have heard of this one before, you may have not, but it's kind of exactly what it sounds like. It's our mind telling us, don't worry, I'll tell you exactly how this situation is going to go. It's going to go bad. As if we're gazing into a crystal ball and we could tell the future and the future looks dismal. We do this all the time and we do it automatically. And in fact, the more we've bought into this story, just like I talked about the greatest hits, if this is one of our greatest hits, the quicker that story comes and the quicker we're convinced that it's true. That's dangerous because it holds us back from a lot of things that we could be doing, and it keeps us in a place of insecurity. So we know now what fortune telling is. Now, does our mind go in and think about, well, what are the odds of this bad thing happening? No, of course it doesn't. Of course it doesn't. Does it give us any other ways that things can go, or does it check out the probability or give us other potential circumstances that we might encounter that aren't so dismal? No. It tells us it's going to go this way and it's going to be bad, so don't even bother. And we listen. Let me give you an example. If I, let's say, have social anxiety, okay? Or even if I don't have social anxiety and I get invited to a party where I don't really know people, that's a very uncomfortable thing. Or a networking event where I have to walk into a room and try to network and I don't know people. Either one, whether it's recreational or for work or for school, they're very uncomfortable situations. Now, we can either sort of take it in stride and say, this is uncomfortable for everybody. I'm going to be a little uncomfortable. They're going to be a little uncomfortable. I'm just going to push through and persevere. Resilience, like we talked about in another video, right? No. Our mind might go to this place of fortune telling where it goes like this. If you go to the party, you're going to be standing alone. Nobody's going to talk to you. You're going to be in a corner like a weirdo for 2 hours, and then it's just going to hit a peak and you're going to be so uncomfortable that you're going to leave anyway. So what's even the point of going? And you know what we do? We listen. We end up staying home. We end up not going to that event, not going into a situation where potentially we could have met someone new or had a great time. No. We listen to that fortune telling part, that trick, as if it already happened. We experience the emotions as if we already went. We experience that anxiety as if all of what our mind told us is uncomfortable. We behave as if that's definitely going to happen. It's fact, so we stay home, right? What do we do with this? Well, we have to sort of catch it. We have to catch it. And it's harder than it sounds because we're so used to thinking this way. We're so used to buying into these lies. And like I said, the more we buy into it, the faster it happens, the quicker it happens, a millisecond. We're so used to it that it's hard to catch it in real time. That's what I want you to work on. I want you to work on trying to catch in real time when your mind does this fortune telling distortion. And all you need to do is just label it as that, because the alternative is labeling it as the truth. Instead, I want you to catch yourself and say, this is that thing that Dr. A was talking about. I see myself doing it. I hear it. This is that fortune telling thing. No, thank you. No, thank you. I don't buy into it. I don't buy into it this time. And do the opposite of what your mind is telling you to do. Go check it out for yourself. Go see if that disastrous thing happens or if you have a good time. Okay? So that very first one, this is the one that we're going to practice with fortune telling. Because if our mind is going to dictate how we feel, how we behave, and it does, then we might as well get really good at teasing apart not real and lies and trickery from reality. We might as well get really good at that so that we can live in reality and make decisions and act in reality rather than acting on insecurity. I post videos every Tuesday and Friday, and in the next video, I'll be talking about how to be supportive. We think we know how to be supportive to people, but not so much. Our sort of instincts take over, and that's not really what people are looking for. I'll tell you what people are looking for when they're having a hard time a lot of the time. So come back and see that one. In the meantime, subscribe, hit the notification bell. You'll be alerted when new content becomes available. There will be later videos where we build on this fortune telling distortion and talk about what the other really, really common potholes in our thinking are, the other errors are. But let's start with fortune telling. Practice, practice, practice. Try to catch it in real life. I know you can do it. You got this. See you next time.